breaking down the 4 biggest reasons why your Amazon business isn't really generating any sales right now and how to fix these problems. If you've been struggling to get traction or you just have low sales or inconsistent sales, this video is for you. Hey hustlers, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jasmine, aka Jazz Hustles, and I am a 22-year-old Amazon seller that started selling the beginning of January 2023, and I'm still going at it. So this is going to be a very helpful video for a lot of beginners or a lot of intermediate sellers that aren't really seeing those consistent sales. These are going to be the main reasons why you are probably not even seeing sales come in to eventually quit your 9-to-5 jobs. And that's the goal, right? That is the goal, to have financial freedom. So I highly recommend you watch this video all the way to the end. If you haven't already, make sure to like it up, subscribe for more, and push that little bell so you're notified whenever I post. Without further ado, let's get straight into this video. You guys already know I'm going to be giving you guys some fire game. So like I said, subscribe. Let's get straight into it. Reason number 1, your price is too high. Now this one is a huge deal. Customers and buyers are always looking for the best deal and the best value. If your product is priced way higher than your competitors, what makes you think that they're going to purchase your product? Customers will just automatically skip you. And you have to remember, to win the buy box on Amazon, your price has to stay competitive. So that's why I highly recommend use a repricing software like BQ or SellerSnap or Aura, and make sure that you are utilizing those softwares when you are actively selling at least like 15 to 20 different active products in your store. At first, when you're a beginner, you can manually reprice your own items, but I highly recommend using those softwares to have them reprice your products automatically throughout the day, so then you can stay competitive and you can actually make sales and win the buy box way more. Now, I see a lot of sellers price their products based off of what they want to make, but at the same time, the market is not going to just go based off of like what's the best option for you. So that's why you need to make sure to research your competition before hopping on a listing. Go ahead and see the current sellers that are on the listing, what they have their average price at, what's the lowest they've priced their products at, how much they have in stock. A whole lot of that information is something that you need to make sure you study and look into before hopping on a listing. Remember, sales volume often beats how much profit you're making per unit, because let's just say, for example, you are going to making $10 profit for this product, but you're only getting 5 sales a day, rather than let's say that you can get 20 sales a day and you're making $5 profit. You're still going to eventually make more based off of the sales volume rather than how much profit per unit. So it's just better to sell more units at a fair price rather than kind of price gouge your products just because you want to make more profit. Reason number 2, your shipping times are way too long. So customers usually expect fast shipping, especially if they are purchasing from Amazon. That is what Amazon is known for: Prime, 1-day, 2-day shipping. So if your shipping is slow or unclear, a lot of people are not really going to purchase from you. Now, whenever it comes to fulfillment by Amazon and you're getting Amazon to handle all the shipping and customer service, so being an FBA seller, you do have the upper hand rather than an FBM seller, because Amazon already has your products. So the shipping times are going to be faster rather than someone who is shipping straight to the customer, like a fulfillment by merchant seller. And if you're an FBM seller and you're charging for shipping, that's a no-go. That's usually one of the main reasons why you're probably not getting sales, because a lot of people, when they're purchasing on Amazon, they do not want to pay for shipping. So even if you had to raise your price just a little bit to include that shipping cost, instead of basically having your customer pay for shipping, even though they are technically paying for shipping because you're adding it to the sale price, just make sure that you're never really actually charging them for shipping, and make it seem in a way where it's just added into the sale price and instead of an actual shipping cost fee. So make sure to not do that. But at the same time, you do want your price to be competitive. Back to reason number 1, you don't want to have it that high. And if your shipping ends up being a lot more and your price ends up being very high and not competitive, then it's probably best to not even sell that product to begin with. So remember, if you're fulfilling orders yourself or you're having a prep center fulfill your orders, you will not have the best shipping times compared to just sending it straight to Amazon. And that's a big pro with doing FBA. Now, you can't really control control the shipping times when you're doing FBA, but just know that that is the best route to go to. If you tend to notice that your shipping times take way longer than they're supposed to, then I highly recommend, definitely looking into Fulfillment by Amazon. And that's all I do. I do 100% FBA. Pro tip, if you are looking for a prep center, make sure you're not using or working with a prep center that has a lot of customers. If that prep center has a lot of customers, that's how you're going to know that your shipping times are probably going to take a little while. So just try to make sure that you find low-key prep centers that don't really have that much clientele, and you can go ahead and ask them. Maybe they will tell you how much clientele they have, or maybe they won't, but it is just a great question to ask before connecting and working with a prep center to prep your units and all that. Reason number 3, you have negative or no reviews. So this is probably the number one factor customers check before they purchase from someone. Now, this goes in hand. Let's just say if you had your own business or if you have an Amazon store, usually when Amazon is trying to see what seller to promote to win the buy box, they will also take into account your reviews. If you have 3 stars and then there's another seller who has 5 stars, they're most likely going to promote the 5-star seller to win a higher percentage of the buy box rather than a seller who has 3 stars. So you need to make sure that you are getting positive reviews and positive reviews only. Now, I know that's kind of like hard. It's like, how are you only going to get positive reviews? There's people all the time that are going to leave negative reviews just cuz. Now, when it comes to FBA, you can easily have a 5-star account, a 5-star store, because let's just say, for example, someone leaves a bad review based off of the shipping time. Let's just say someone left a bad review on your Amazon store and their reason was it took too long to deliver. And if you did that FBA, you can blame Amazon on that and they can scratch it off, so then it doesn't affect your account. So you can blame a lot of the bad reviews on Amazon because they're dealing with the whole business. You're basically finding products and sending it to Amazon, and that's all you're doing. They are fulfilling the customer service, they are fulfilling the shipment, all of that, the orders. So you can blame a lot of stuff on Amazon, but that's where it gets a little tricky with FBM. With FBM, you are dealing with everything else, the shipping times, the product details, everything, the fulfillment. So if someone leaves a bad review and you did that product FBM and you sent it straight to the customer, it's going to be harder to get that review taken off. And that's why I do recommend, this is another big pro with FBA and doing Fulfillment by Amazon. It's just, I feel like most FBA sellers, like 100% FBA sellers, they usually have great reviews because all of the negative reviews are already scratched off. They don't even affect your account. So if you're just starting out and you are a brand new seller, then I highly recommend using a software that can give your customers automated review requests. Now, I personally use Sellerboard for that. You guys already know I love Sellerboard. I just recently did a video, an updated tutorial, 2025 tutorial on how to use Sellerboard. So I will link it up right up here for you guys. And then also too, with Sellerboard, you can track the backends of their business. That is one feature that they have where they send automated review requests to your customers 5 days after their order was delivered, and it's super great. I feel like ever since I signed up for Sellerboard and I started doing the automated request, you really just have to set it up once, and then once you're done with that, then that's all you have to do. You don't have to do anything else after that. So ever since I set that up, I've definitely seen a raise in my reviews. Now, not all of them are positive, not all of them are negative, but obviously, if I'm doing FBA, then I can scratch off the negative ones. So if you're brand new, I highly recommend investing in something like that. If you already have Sellerboard, then go ahead and use that feature. I will also link my 2 months free link right up here. So then you guys can use this software. It's also very affordable too. There's a lot of different features when it comes to using Sellerboard. That is just one main feature that I personally like, and I've been using it for my business ever since I found out about Sellerboard. Reason number 4, you have low stock. Now, this is a reason that a lot of people don't really know about. Sometimes Amazon won't really promote sellers that have only, let's say, 2 units in stock. Let's say that the listing itself sells 1,000 times a month, and there's a whole lot of sellers that have 10 units, but then there's one seller that has 50 units. They most likely will give that seller who has 50 units a little bit more buy box shares because they have the demand to meet the listing itself and the customers itself. So this is probably the last reason, because it's not like top reason, but it is a reason on why you might not be able to get as much sales because you have such low stock. Obviously, we know in these days, Amazon really just wants serious sellers and sellers who are actually going to make them money. You know, if you're not really doing anything with your store, or if you're finding maybe 2 products a week, maybe 5 units of each product, it's like little boy money to them. It's a little boy play. And if they end up seeing that you are actually consistent with finding profitable products every day or every other day and just shipping products out to Amazon or doing FBM, and you have a large variety, a large amount of units as well, like over 20, 30 units, it depends on the estimated sales of the exact listing that you're under, but it just depends. I would say they do like you more when they see that you're doing all of that and you have the volume to meet with all the customers that are purchasing that current product. Now, if you want to dive deeper into fixing these sales blockers and learn how to scale your business step by step, I'm going to be hosting a free live Amazon training on Sunday at 8 p.m. EST, where I will break down my entire sourcing and scaling systems. Now, this is a completely free event, so I highly recommend securing your spot. There is very limited spots because it is a free event, so go ahead and secure your spot to my free live Amazon training this Sunday at 8 p.m. EST using this link up here, or you can go down into the link in the description. Definitely do not miss out. Now, quick recap before we wrap it up. Price competitively, so don't overprice without reason. Ship fast. Customers expect it. Get legit reviews. Social proof definitely sells. And keep enough stock. Avoid losing sales and ranking. Trust me, if you fix these 4 areas within your business, you will start to see those consistent sales rolling in. Now, if you're actually serious about scaling your business and you want that ongoing support, I highly recommend looking into my Inner Circle Hustlers mentorship. It's my exclusive coaching program where we do weekly group Zoom calls with me and my partner, Javon. We do them 3 times a week. We have live sourcing sessions. We have quiz nights. We play Kahoot on Thursdays. We deep dive into a lot of other strategies and hold you accountable. If you want to get into the group and surround yourself with other like-minded individuals, you can go ahead and book a free one-on-one call with my team using this link right up here. Make sure to answer all the questions as honest as possible. And once you sign up for that call, it's going to be a Zoom link sent to your email. So make sure that you input your email correctly with no typos. Now, we do only accept serious hustlers who are ready to take action. And once you get into the program, you are going to be filled with a lot of information, a lot of knowledge, and you are going to see that success very fast. I'll pull up some testimonials on the screen right now from some of my current mentees. You'll be able to actually even talk to these mentees as well if you end up joining my mentorship program. So that's it with today's video. If you got to the end of this video, comment the word hustle down below so I know you're serious about this business, and connect with me more on my Instagram and my TikTok, where I post on those every single day at Jazz Hustles. Now, if this is the first time you've seen me, or this is the first few times that you've seen me, I definitely highly recommend you check out all the other videos on my YouTube channel. They are very, very helpful. And then also too, if you guys have any video ideas, tutorials that you want me to do for you guys, let me know down in the comments as well. I'm going to be reading them and letting you know if I can shoot them or not. I most likely will be able to. Yeah, but that's it with today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I post every single Friday, so I will see you guys next Friday. Peace.